Greetings to you folks. I'm going to try to make sense of what's going on with Israel, the Middle East, President Trump, hostages being exchanged for prisoners, Hamas wanting to maintain control over the Gaza Strip, Arab nations becoming involved, phase one, phase two, the lines are being blurred. No one really understands how many win as the hostages are being returned. How many win? We don't know. Some have come home today, unfortunately deceased. And prayers be with them and their families. And then we also have how many prisoners are going to be released. Hamas wants massive quantities, and they want some really bad guys to come back. Excuse me. And it's just confusing as can be. Let's try to make sense out of that, and I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to simplify this. We have President Trump that decided what he wanted to do is take over the Gaza Strip. He wants all the Palestinian people out of there. He wants Hamas eliminated, gone. And then America will run the Gaza Strip. This is because they're thinking ahead for the day after the war. All right, that upset the Arabs. The Arabs says, okay, we're going to get together in a group and we're going to start having meetings and talking about. And their first proposal, without discussing it completely, and they're having that discussion, by the way, tomorrow, more on this on Sunday, after I hear what they're going to be saying, but they have put out preliminarily that what they're going to do is they're going to take and appease Israel, and they're going to take and get rid of all of Hamas and not allow PA to have anything to do with Gaza. They're going to move in and take over. They've already allotted a large sum of money for the rebuilding of Gaza Strip. Oh, interesting. Trump kind of made that happen. They weren't thinking that before. All the Arab states and all the surrounding countries really don't want the Palestinian people, so you leave them there, but we'll get rid of Hamas and we'll get rid of the PA. They won't have anything to do with the Gaza Strip. Israel may go along with that one. That makes sense. This is all building up to something. More on that. Maybe a little bit more here in a minute on Sunday for sure. We'll have more information. Now, Israel, understand this. Phase one, phase two, this many, that many here, Sunday, Saturday, some more coming. May give Hamas is saying, oh, we might give you all of them. You allow us to remain in the Gaza Strip. We'll give you all the hostages all at once. As soon as you want them, we'll get them all together and bring them to you. And Israel's plain flat said that's not going to work because you remain in control in Gaza Strip. It won't happen. So that's off the table. So all of this is, like I said, phase one, phase two, how many, here, there, hostages, prisoners, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on. Hamas is do everything it can to remain control in Gaza Strip. If Hamas sees an exit that they can survive, but yet are run out of the country, they're accepted by the Arab nations, remember their plan, if that should come up, Hamas will maintain face enough. Gaza Strip becomes settled. When it does, Arab countries will start coming in and taking care of Gaza Strip. All the hostages then will be released. If this should happen, we don't know that, and we won't know it, probably several weeks, but we'll know more tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow evening going into Saturday, more hostages released. Back to it. Okay, let's do that again. If the Arabs are to convince Hamas to disperse PA, Mahmoud Abbas, Palestinian Authority, you can't go into there. You'll have no control over the Gaza Strip. Will be run by several Arab states contributing all the money to the rebuild. Palestinian people can stay there. See how Trump brought this about? Okay. Hamas has its way out. The prisoners will be released if Hamas turns over all the hostages. Hamas disperses and goes away, including all their bad people with them, all the prisoners that have been released. They're not coming back into Gaza Strip. You can go other places. Now think about that. Let's just play that through in our head. Then if Israel should agree to that, all hostages come home, Hamas eliminated, Gaza Strip taken over. This is all being worked out. It could take weeks. It could take months. I don't think about months, weeks, because everyone's worried about the day after the war. But if this prevents the war, but remember, what it was that Trump said to Netanyahu. I'm sending you over some big nasty bombs. We've already moved a whole bunch of military assets, put them in position should you need any defense against Iran, should Iran try to strike you. So America is backing Israel. Trump wanted Israel to end this sooner than later, and Trump made it insistent, but Netanyahu held out and says, no, we want to get as many hostages as we possibly can before we do something. All right, what's going to happen? Decisions are going to be made. Iran best stand down. Hamas best agree to this deal, gives them an exit. And if they should they then be saying peace and safety? Now remember, this is in talks. Paul, 1 Thessalonians 5:3 says, when they say peace and safety. And let's make this real clear. Zechariah 12 says the burden is upon the Lord. It's upon God. It's God's decision. God doesn't war. He speaks and it's done. The burden of the Lord involving this particular time that we're in right now. Just play this through, folks. If everything keeps on going the way it's going, we're going to get more information on Saturday, probably some next week and some the week after that. So just be patient, please. But it is unfolding. It is happening. The other scenarios, 100 of them. One of the other ones that would be towards the top of the list, that Iran all of a sudden, for some reason, says that's enough, and they start firing missiles. That would also coincide now with Netanyahu, Zechariah 12. Folks, I hope that was helpful. I hope this is helpful to you. I'm going to go into more understanding because I'll have more on Sunday, and we'll pick it up from there. Okay, the sun is breaking through, so if you're seeing shadows and lines in the back, it's kind of nice to see the sun for a change. I hope this was helpful, folks, up until Sunday. Okay, and I'll have a whole lot more for you coming. But for now, realize it is unfolding in a foreseen path to where this could actually end sooner than later. Until then, Sunday. Okay, folks, thanks for stopping in.